Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm wishing you the most abundance, the most courage, the most bravery, the most energy to do whatever it is that you want to achieve this month, this year, this lifetime. Yeah. So today for the new moon in Aries, I want to just, there's also an eclipse. It's also Taurus season. So many things to celebrate. Excuse me. I spilled my chai after I made it all delicious and special as soon as I was about to come sit down for this reading. And I broke my mason jar things. Whew. So I'm going to start over. I was just in weird energy when I was doing the reading before, and it didn't resonate with me and my spirit, and I didn't feel comfortable putting it on YouTube, so we're starting over. I know that 2 cards had came out initially. I didn't read for anybody. I think it was a message for the collective, and it even heavily resonated with me. It was the Knight of Wands as well as the Hermit. Just having so much energy and excitement and passion to start something that you don't necessarily have the direction in doing. The Hermit is like that card that comes through when it's time to dive into I was about to say self-isolation, which is also that, but I'm trying to say something else. Self-introspection. So to have a whole bunch of energy to start something new, to dive deeper into something, but not necessarily having direction or it's just a little hasty right now. So the more that you know what I'm saying, go into hermit mode, which is that crab mode, which is that energy of just like, okay, but it's not necessarily hiding from anything. This is embarrassing. Okay. It's not necessarily hiding from anything. It is just tapping into self a lot more in order to gain that direction, in order to having the energy match with your knowing. And that's where we are with it. If you feel called to leave a love donation, as always, well, no, I usually put it in the description. I'm gonna leave it right here. But anyway, let's really get started. An area in their life that they can use more courage in, and something that they may be afraid of. We have King of Cups energy. We have the Emperor energy. Very masculine like energy coming here, and then the Ace of Cups energy, and this is what's representing the fear. It's about providing for family. It's about having perfect emotional balance and knowing your resources, physical as well as emotional. It's about tapping into having more courage to tap into your emotions, because it's in there, like it's in you, it's not on you type of thing. And with the Emperor, it's like that's the ultimate. Oh, there's an aunt. Eternal life and a ring. This is the breadwinner card. I don't know if you have people depending on you, or if you're afraid of having people depend on you, or if you're afraid of how your ability to provide for those that are dependent on you. But it's a high wisdom card. It's a high provider card, and this is a high I got what I need, and I got what I need to give it to you card too. So having the courage to really step up and be a leader, that's what it's calling. And don't be afraid of what you know, because you know. And do your best to be around others who keep that balance with you, keep that emotional flow in balance, because I have a hearing that you did a lot of work to get there. The fear to me is representing opening your heart up for love, because this love is overflowing. The cup overfloweth, but since it's the Ace of Cups, it's almost like beginning a new love. So there's a fear here, there's a resistance, because it's like, damn, like, am I going to have to provide? I'm scared of that. And not even necessarily having to provide, but just allowing yourself to open your heart up. So it may have experience, not even necessarily something sad, but just something that kind of made you want to close it off, or feel like, I would like to put my resources elsewhere. You gotta let that fear go, because who's to say, if you keep that energy, you're going to run into the same emotions, you're going to run into that same energy field, but because that's tied to you. But if you can release that, if you can be okay with knowing, like, you know what, I know that I'm gonna always be good. So when it comes to me providing for somebody else, that's cool. Also knowing that if something ever changes in that dynamic, I have the emotional capacity, I have the maturity, I have that spiritual standing that allows everything to be okay. So really there is no fear. Just lean into love, y'all. So a Reiki card for us, from the heart, for all of them. Intuitive awareness. Any situation that you went through, right, it built this up. Diving into that, leaning into that, having a confidence to trust your intuition, to trust yourself, to trust your thoughts, to know that, okay, I'm gonna open my heart up and everything is going to be fine. It's only going to help build my intuition. I have strong enough discernment to know where I'm going to latch onto. I mean, you won't know what form the energy is going to come in, but you'll at least know what it feels like from tapping into your intuition a little bit more. Heavy support for that. Heavy support for the intuition. Heavy support for the emotions. Heavy support for opening the heart up for love. And if it is open it up more. You can't ever have too much love. So move on to the fire signs. Where can my fire signs use a little bit more courage, and what is something that they may be afraid of? My fire signs, we have the Ace of Coins, and the Ace of Swords as our where we could use a little bit more courage. So this is all about new financial opportunities and knowing that you finally have it in you to fight for yourself, the bravery to fight for yourself, the mental clarity, the preparation to fight for self. So to have this, maybe you have been going through something at your job, going through something at your studio, going through something just in the workplace, at the office, and it's causing some tension, it's causing some static, but like you want to leave and you've been wanting to leave for some time now, and like that's where it's going to take courage to do. And I can automatically just see that we got 2 coin cards, the 9 of coins and the 8 of coins. This is abundance. So your fear here around you leaving this job, around you starting a new opportunity, is like, damn, like, am I really good? Am I fit for the fight? Yes, you are. And yes, you should probably quit, or yes, you should go into something new, or yes, you should start something else that's going to make you feel comfortable with leaving that thing. But it's like, it's a fear of money. And almost like, damn, like, if I stop this and I do something else, I'm going to really be making so much money. I'm afraid of that. So there's a fear of your abundance, but it's probably because you don't even know how much you're able to unlock once you leave this one place that you think is just oh so profitable. Guys, that scared me. You're questioning your abundance because you're questioning your skill. You're questioning your abundance because you're questioning your skill, but you won't get better if you don't start. And if you stay in this one place where you already know how to do everything, it's like, what did you prepare yourself for? Go into it and stop playing with your money. That's really what I'm getting here. There's a crow or a raven that's just like chilling out with me. We have praying. Talk to God. And when I say talk to God, meditate. I saw something today that was like, how you talk to God is how you talk to yourself. And that's facts. It's really this crow or this raven that's just sitting here. He really wanted to be a part of that reading. Hi. Sit there and look at a bird all day. You need somebody to talk to about it, talk to God. And I know that everybody has a different understanding, or let me not say it. Yes, a different understanding of what God is or what to call him, her, they, she. So it's all about preparing yourself to be able to heal someone else. And it is prayer, because you're essentially asking for whatever is in your energy to connect to their energy to know what it is that they need. Even if there's a physical battle, it's definitely a mental one too. And even like these little things here, to me, just emphasize enlightenment. And that's probably what it's going to take. Get closer to you by getting closer to God, because God is in you. You feel me? Fire sign. Move on to the water sign. What area in life come out water signs use more courage in? And what could they be afraid of potentially? Signs, they have the Knight of Swords and the 3 of Swords as the energy, or you know, the area in life where more courage could be used. And this is concerning someone who is highly passionate, almost obsessive in what it is that they want to create. So you got to have courage in knowing that if you want it, it's going to happen. Let me not say that. As long as you believe that, that's what I'll say. As long as you believe that it'll happen for you, it's going to happen for you. So all the little extra stuff that you're doing to try to force it to happen is actually slowing it down. And the courage to just like leave things alone. Once you hand it off to God, once you hand it off to your higher self, once you put it off in the ethers, in the universe, you don't got to keep checking it. Like, how long do it take for the food to get done when you keep opening the microwave to check the heat? Stop doing it. It takes bravery, because it's like, oh my gosh, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Well, now that you're questioning, maybe not. With the 3 of Swords coming through, a break or turmoil or some type of loss, some type of change, some type of displacement. And if you're trying to manifest that something happens so bad, you may have to actually prepare yourself for something different, whether it happened already or whether it's to come. It takes bravery to go through a tough time and to only focus on the lessons that you're learning through the pain that you're experiencing. That's what it's going to take you some courage to do, to use the pain as a lesson and have that first in your mind. Some fear here that I see is the Page of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of enthusiasm to go off and get it, but you may not be as experienced, and that could be the fear too. Like, just kind of your passions. There's a fear here to follow your passions. There's a fear here to go with the flow, right? The flow, the Wheel of Fortune is a circle. Things are going to come, they're going to go, things are going to flow consistently. And if you are scared of being in that flow because you like to control things, because you like to force things, then that's going to be problematic for you, Stink. And we got to figure out how to transmute that fear. Then for Reiki card, we have Be Compassionate here. And the compassion card says something very interesting about where there is love, there is no judgment. And it may just be a call to be compassionate to yourself, to be compassionate to others, and take the judging out of it. Because who does that really help? It's not helping you learn. The judgment may be coming from the pain here, or just that feeling fear really calls for you to just see people no matter what. Sometimes someone has some type of difference within our experience on this physical plane, and we be like ready to shut them out. And it's like people don't have the same experiences, life lessons, the same family, the same friends, like everything that you have that allow you to be where you are. So just show some compassion for the fact that everybody be at different places, and I think that that'll help you break away that fear that you have about going with the flow of things. Last but not least, of course, we have our air signs. What is an area in life that my air signs could probably use some courage, and what is something that they could be afraid of? The Strength card, and then we also have the Seven of Wands. It seems as if my air signs are having trouble recognizing their inner strength, or just there may be some resistance to that. There has to be a trusting of self that, like, no matter what, things are going to be okay. And I mean this in the sense of you're going to achieve everything you want to as long as you can get past the fear and get past the doubt. And if you are scared about something, do it anyway. And that's what this strength, like, it's in you. Again, this is another this is another instance of it's not on you, it's in you, it's inside of you, and it's like forever, you know. There's also protection here, or a call for protection here, to not use that strength to go haywire, or to use it for bad, or to use it to get malicious and things like that. And then we have the Seven of Wands here, expresses maybe losing your position at the top, or like fighting to stay at the top, and it's like an insecurity here. So it's just a call to build confidence. And there's something here, it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of doubt within your energy, and it's going to take courage to transmute that doubt. Seven of Coins is about long-term commitments and things, so there's a fear here of going for the long run, and that potentially affecting your financial status. But it's like, if something is for you, it's always going to be for you, which is something that you've heard me say before. And if you are afraid of a long-term commitment, or fearing going a long haul to get to a position, let me not say that, because I'm thinking about a job right now, but more so there's a fear in stopping yourself, slowing yourself down, and thinking about why you're doing stuff, because you want to do it just to be doing it right now because it feels good right now. But what is actually good for you in the long run? And there's a resistance to learning about that. There's a fear of that long term. Your strength will not burn out. That's just that. Get confident, get wise, tap into self, so that you can harness that strength that you have and know to yield it. But thank you. Of course, if anything resonates, then leave me a little comment at the bottom. I love to hear how y'all feel about things. I love to hear what resonates in which ways and things like that. And if you watch the video and then go tell me on my Instagram, that's weird. Tell me right here. Yeah, so much love.